So let's real quick go over Altria's corporate structure and what it means to um, be a shareholder, which I own a share. So shareholders are the most important part of this puzzle. They actually own publicly traded shares on the stock market, which Altria has over 7 billion publicly traded shares. And the last time I looked, a share goes for about $43.82. Shareholders elect the directors and then vote for shareholder proposals every year. So the board of directors that are elected by the shareholders, they elect the officers. And this is where it gets very important because this is the gentleman who runs the shareholder meeting and they run the companies. So CEO Billy Gifford is the CEO of Altria. He is the one who runs the day-to-day operations of Altria. Um, and each company, though, so Philip Morris USA, US Smokeless Tobacco, they have their own CEOs, people running those specific companies, but they are all under Altria as the parent company. So when we listen to the shareholders meeting, this is the gentleman right now who is the CEO of Altria. And since we've been holding Mobilize Against Tobacco Lies events again, focusing on the Altria shareholders meeting, Billy Gifford is the third CEO of Altria. So really quick, what's a shareholders meeting? It's actually a yearly presentation and a vote for the shareholders. They go over the company's vision, which Altria is responsibly lead the transition of adult smokers to a smoke-free future. The issue that a lot of us have with that is when you're creating new products, which potentially could be less harmful, you're also inviting younger people to become nicotine users who, if there was just cigarettes, as we know, the percentage of young people who were smoking cigarettes over time was dwindling. So you have to look at a fine line here of, is these products getting adult smokers to go to them, or is it creating a new market with younger people using these products? They go over the company's business and financial highlights, and they break down the different companies' business for the past year. So, real quick, I looked into the annual report. So, Philip Morris USA in 2023 sold 76.3 billion units. And then John Middleton sold 1.8 billion units products. And then US Smokeless Tobacco sold 782.9 million units, which that is smokeless tobacco and also on products. So they're selling a lot of products. And remember, this is only in the United States. And they talk about their future direction. So Altria's is transition millions of adult smokers away from cigarettes to potentially, it's very key there, potentially less harmful choices, believing it is a substantial opportunity for adult tobacco consumers, our business, and society. And then they go over their corporate responsibility, which they engage and lead responsibly. That talks about how they market and sell their products, reduce the harm of tobacco products. We've talked about their new products they're coming out with and trying to transition adult smokers away from cigarettes. Prevent underage use. So that goes into training and making sure retailers are not selling to young people under the age of 21 now. Protect the environment. And Altria is one of the biggest funders. It's called Keep America Beautiful. And then drive responsibility through our value chain and support of people and communities. During the Black Lives Matter movement, Altria actually gave Black Lives Matter $1 million, which is really, when you think of it, a huge slap in the face because we know of the industry's marketing tactics and how they went into communities of color, heavily marketing menthol cigarettes, and then also giving away products for free in these communities to hook um, people of color into using tobacco products. So that $1 million does not make up for the damage they've done over the years, by no means. And then shareholders vote for boards of directors and on shareholder proposals, and shareholders can ask a question of the CEO, which many of us do. And then I just wanted to show you real quick. This is my voting card from the meeting that's going to be held on May 17th. And you can see that I can vote for the different board of directors and then also different shareholder proposals. Shareholder proposals are only proposed by having a large amount of shareholders to get that on the vote. The one that is very important this year is number 5, report assessing the benefits to Altria of extended producer responsibility laws for spent tobacco filters for tobacco companies operating in the U.S. market. And I'm guessing that is coming from the city of Baltimore 2 years ago now, I think, starting a lawsuit against the major tobacco companies over the cost to the city of what cleanup of tobacco products and then what they do to the infrastructure. So waste management and then their water systems, which is still has not been settled in the courts. So it's very interesting. That is a shareholder proposal, which you can see up here. Board of directors recommend 2 and 3 to vote for, and then 4, 5, and 6, they recommend you vote against. And then just to give you another idea, so largest tobacco companies based on market capitalization. So how this is figured out is the number of shares on the stock market multiplied by the value of those shares. So Philip Morris International is number 1, which makes sense. They sell the number 1 brand of cigarette, Marlboro, in everywhere else in the world except the United States. But Altria is number 2. And then the third one is British American Tobacco. And then just to give you an idea of some of the products they sell, you might have seen some of these: Camel, Newport. They also have a pod system, Vuse, and they also have their own nicotine pouch, which is called Velo. And then just to close up, if you have any questions, there's my email. Facebook, we have Instagram, we have X, and then we also have YouTube, which this video will be on. There's our logo this year, Beware of Snakes, Selling Addiction. So please follow us on social media. I cannot wait to see all of you next week, and get some sleep this week, rest up, because we really need your energy next week for the training, the prep, and then also the rallies. So thank you, everybody. I hope this explained why we focus on Altria, why Altria is considered big tobacco, and then also what a shareholders meeting is.